there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be diving back into the Sonic universe and talking about some Sonic news. So it looks like Jim Carrey has recently come out and said that he's completely open to returning for Sonic number 4. This is really exciting, guys. But then again, when you think about it, would they continue this franchise without having Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik? He's part of the chemistry, part of the recipe that makes this tasty treat so good. I mean, I couldn't imagine now watching a Sonic movie without Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, because like I say, he's such an important, fun part of the chemistry that goes into making these movies so great. So if his presence wasn't there, I think the fans would really notice it, and something would just be missing from the movie. But ultimately, he said that he's interested in coming back for part 4. But let's dive in, let's check out his comments, and let's see what he had to say anyway. So this comes to us from Joe Blow. So Jim Carrey says he's definitely open to returning as Dr. Robotnik for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So let's go down and check out this news here. While Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 continues to rake in dollars in the global box office, that movie was so incredible. I watched it on, when did I watch it? Christmas Eve? Or was it a couple of days before Christmas Eve? Either way, one of the biggest explosive pops for the after credit scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time. People lost their damn minds when a certain character showed up in the mid-credit scene. Like, wow. And it just goes to show how people are loving these movies. Fans of the Gotta Go Fast franchise will already anticipate the next installment in the live-action animated series. Following the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Paramount announced plans for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Yeah, they've already announced it. And like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is still in cinemas, and they've announced part 4 is coming out already, so it's kind of crazy. They know that they've got a gold mine on their hands, and yeah. So like its predecessors, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 promises to add new fan favorite characters to the cast. And it's great because every movie that comes out, they're adding in a new character or a new set of characters. They're bringing in like fresh characters, keeping the franchise fresh. And with that new character they had in the mid-credit scene now going to appear in Sonic 4. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. It's a fan favorite character a lot of people have been waiting to see. I'm not going to tell you who it is, because for those of you who are watching this video who may not have seen Sonic at the moment, I don't want to give a spoiler as to who that character is. But yeah, if you know, you know. But Sonic 4 is going to be a good movie with that new character. So likely its predecessors, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 promises... Oh, I've already read that bit, sorry. And I've been waiting since the first installment. While new critters will appear in Sonic 4, fans wonder if Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik is returning, given the character's fate at the end of Sonic 3. Thankfully, Jim Carrey told Cinema Today he's definitely open to reprising his villainous role in Sonic the Hedgehog 4. I mean, you could come up with any number of ways to bring back Dr. Robotnik. I mean, the guy is a crazy, villainous, sort of scientist, mad professor type of character. He could do anything. He could have, you know, made an invincible formula, or, you know, at the end of the movie, when the space station thing exploded, maybe he wasn't actually on the space station. Maybe he was somewhere else and he was projecting a hologram there or something. It could be any number of ways that you could get around his death, like, quite easily. Yeah, like I say, an important part of these films, so it would be a sad time if he didn't come back. It will take some fancy writing to bring Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik back for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. It wouldn't be his first return from a seemingly impossible scenario. Seemingly impossible scenario. However, Dr. Robotnik's exit Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in more than a few pieces. What do I mean? Okay, guys, spoilers for the next minute or so bear with me. I can't even talk now. Spoilers for Sonic 3. Sorry, guys, I'm getting all mixed up here. So, there's going to be spoilers here for Sonic 3 for the next minute or so. Jim Carrey pulls double duty in Sonic 3 as Dr. Ivo Robotnik and his very much aligned grandfather, Professor Gerald Robotnik. During the film's finale, after Ivo realizes Gerald aimed to destroy Earth, Ivo sacrifices himself to destroy the Ark and eclipse canon. Robotnik exits the movie as a hero, leaving the villain's status in question for any follow-up films. So, Jim Carrey said this, quote, "I'm definitely open. I'm open to the idea, and generally they come to me with the next idea, and if I go, that sounds fun, then I'll do it," Carrey told Cinema Today. Quote, I don't feel locked to anything in life unless it's something that interests me. I certainly love this crew. I love this gang that makes these movies, and I love the fans. There's a lot of really great energy around it, great responses, and the fans jump in and say, how about if you do this? They've been super helpful. I think we're all making this movie together. So he sounds really positive around, you know, his kind of time with the Sonic franchise. It sounds like he's really open to coming back, because wasn't Jim Carrey kind of on the verge of retiring from acting at one point, and then he came back to do the Sonic movies? So the fact that he's back now acting and, you know, potentially going to be in Sonic 4, I mean, this is great news. So, a mid-credit sequence. Okay, guys, more spoilers here, so you've been warned. I try not to talk about spoilers towards the beginning of the video, but now I'm just going into full spoiler territory, so, yeah. A mid-credit sequence in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 teases the arrival of two highly anticipated characters from the franchise, one being Metal Sonic, and the giant hammer-wielding hedgehog Amy Rose. That was the character I was trying not to talk about, but now I am talking about. Amy Rose, man. People have been clamoring for that character for years, and they finally gave it to us, and hopefully she's going to be in a large part of Sonic 4, and Sonic's love interest, hopefully, and it's going to add a whole new dynamic to this franchise going forward. Amy's inclusion in the Paramount Sonic cinematic universe could introduce the love interest for the Blue Blur, like I was just saying. In addition to feeling flirty around Sonic, Amy is bubbly, kind, and battle-ready do-gooder with attitude and temper. Amy does not speak in the mid-credits tease, leaving the door open for Paramount to weigh their options. Should Jim Carrey return for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, or is it time to find a new villain for the franchise? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I mean, you don't have to have Dr. Robotnik as the villain. He can be in a supporting role, helping Sonic, you know, going against Sonic, just kind of doing his own thing within a movie, like as a side character. But I mean, we can have another big bad type of villain, but have Dr. Robotnik kind of in the mix, doing whatever it is that he's doing. He doesn't have to be the bad villain consistently. But guys, that's kind of where we are. So it looks like, based on his comments here, Jim Carrey had a great time making these movies. He basically came out of early retirement for them, and it looks like he's really open to coming back for Sonic 4. But it says that he's not locked in. I don't feel locked into anything in life. So by that quote, I'm assuming that he's not locked in contractually for more movies. But yeah, I mean, you've got to have him come back. He's part of the DNA of these movies. He's part of the charm, the charisma, the comedic timing of this movie, this movie franchise. And like I say, if he was missing, fans would definitely feel that something is missing if he didn't come back for Sonic 4. But ultimately, we'll have to see how it pans out. We know Sonic 4 is confirmed, but we just need to know if Jim Carrey is confirmed to come back also. I think it's a matter of time, but I think we'll get the confirmation that he is coming back sooner rather than later. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about Jim Carrey's comments here about coming back for Sonic 4. Like me, do you feel if he wasn't in Sonic 4 that something would be missing from the franchise? Or do you feel that they can continue the franchise without him being there and it would be no problem? I'd love to hear your feedback on that down below, guys. As always, be sure to hit that like and become a subscriber of the channel if you haven't already. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I'd really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.